Hello. In today's session, we're going to be looking at the Redwood Robotics solution, specifically in the areas of the Process Orchestrator and the Workbench. From a high level, the Process Orchestrator gives us a view on the entire month-end close process. Looking at the panels from left to right, on the left-hand side, we have a list of the templates and processes already constructed. In the middle panel is a series of high-level properties, including the name, the owner, and any relevant calendars or time zones. And then in the right-hand side, any appropriate milestones, which are used to group the appropriate processes together. If we now select the month-end close process and edit it, it will take us into more detail. If we now maximize the left-hand panel, we'll see that we have all the appropriate shared service centers and countries listed. And then on the right-hand side, occupying the rest of the screen, we have a GANTT style chart representing the predecessor-successor relationships between the processes. As we can see, we have a predecessor and successor relationship here. And then if we go up to the top of the process, we'll see that we have a manual process that is holding up all of the appropriate month-end close cycles. Scrolling down, we can see the relationship between all of the appropriate processes. If we now bring the other panels back, we'll see if we focus in on Germany, the properties panel in the middle section is now populated, and this can include any appropriate start times, deadline times, or any country relevant calendars or time zones. Further down towards the middle of the panel, we have the appropriate supervisor and approvers. Typically these will be different people, but in this demonstration we're making it both the same. And then further down the panel, any appropriate controlling area or company code. As we can see in this instance, the company code is 1000 and the controlling area is also 1000. If we choose a different country, such as the United Kingdom, we'll see that the company code is different. This allows you to actually do a copy and paste operation. So if you have a gold build for a certain organization, you can actually do a copy and a paste organization to create a new service center or location very, very quickly. So if we now go back to the overview, we can now select our process and submit it. We can then go to the Workbench. We can now go into the Workbench and see how the workload is currently executing. Looking at the screen in the center, we have 4 columns in front of us. The left-hand side is the planned column, which is where work that is currently waiting for an event or date or time activity. Then moving across to the in progress, where the work that is currently executing will sit. Then if any activity needs a review or human interaction or judgment call, it will appear in this column here. Finally through to the right-hand side, which is the done column. As we can see, this lists the amount of activities that have currently been executed. We can apply various filters and rules to control what we see on the screen. So in this instance, we'll go in and select an appropriate approver. You can see how the screen display changed. We can then go in and choose to sort and apply further filtration on the screen, as an example, to select a regional shared service centre. And looking at the orchestrator we saw earlier, we have two main shared service centres, one for EMEA and one for the Americas. And we can see that within the Americas and EMEA, there are several hundred operations and processes waiting for activation. In the review column, we have a request that needs a manual approval, which was what we saw on the high-level orchestrator view. By going into this, we can now choose to execute the operation. This will take me to my Redwood Robotics action inbox. And we can see that currently we have a month-end close process, an email sent describing please confirm to start all period end processes, and the confirm button is presented. When we click confirm and OK, we get confirmation, and also the activity has changed from attention to confirmed. If we then go back to the workbench, we'll see that the operations have now continued. And by applying the approver, and clicking a refresh, we will see that some of the robotic processes have moved from preparation and planned into in progress. We'll therefore be tracking the entire month-end close process from this screen, a very simple interface and very powerful that gives us full control and visibility over the month-end close. Thank you very much.